Jerry Kay, Pennsylvania licensed hearing aid fitter, and I'm with Christy Jensen, who is also a Pennsylvania licensed hearing aid fitter, and we both work here at the Aristocrat Hearing Aid Associates in Lancaster and York, Pennsylvania, as well as Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We have 3 locations. Today, I want to just take you through taking an impression of a patient's ear, looking in their ear beforehand, taking the impression after the hearing test has been done and the patient elects to get a hearing aid or hearing aids, whatever the case may be. We'll take one ear just to show you what it looks like. What I'd like to do first is look in your ear, and I'm going to check the direction of the ear, the canal itself, and ensure that the ear is clear and that I can safely take an impression. Here I want you to notice that I have a glove on, but I wanted you to see the tip of this gets wiped off with alcohol, and then I'm going to put this in your ear. If you look at the magnification, and you'll see it in your ear as I go in to see the ear canal. Oh, that's a beautiful ear canal. Do you see that white light, Christy?
I do.
That white light is referred to as the cone of light, and your eardrum is there, the 3 smallest bones in the body. The ear is nice and clear, there's no infection, and that white light is a reflection of the eardrum itself. So now that we've established that, and everything looks nice and clean, I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to wet this with alcohol. And let me just explain a couple of the parts to you. This is an ear light itself. I'm going to use this when I illuminate it. There's a battery in here, and I can turn this on and then keep it on with a little trap. But when you put this in, this will shine, and I can watch the direction of the component that I'm putting in your ear, called a wax guard, the oto block, to ensure that we don't touch the eardrum. Okay, it's a little insulation barrier. So I'll put that here after I've wiped off that tip. Now, we use an oto block, it's called, a piece of cotton with a string on it, and I'll tie it into a knot to ensure that it's stable. And then I can start to install this in your ear. After seeing the ear, I can reduce this a little tiny bit to the shape and the form that I want to use to put it in your ear. And this sits to protect the eardrum from when I'm taking the impression, when I do the injection. As I start this piece of cotton, oto block is what it's called, I'm just going to turn this light on, and then I can watch the oto block traveling down the ear canal and seal the canal itself and insulate you from my material touching the eardrum. Never let anyone ever take an impression of your ear without this oto block, because the material could actually form and harden on the eardrum, and then when you extract it, you would destroy the patient's eardrum. So you want to make sure that that's nice and stable. So here, into the powder, the liquid will go, and then we'll stir this up pretty quickly because you don't want it to set. Just want to make sure it's mixed thoroughly. You put this right here and you push this material without touching it inside the syringe. And then you've got this material flowing. So just to make sure I have trapped no air, I'll put a little piece of material right there to make sure we're not pushing any air into her ear. So we'll take this in. You want to make sure you're stabilized, and you want to kind of work backwards out as the impression goes in. I'll make a nice seal, flatten it off as best as possible. This will take about 4 or 5 minutes to settle. Time has come. It's nice and firm, so it's time to remove it from your ear. What I like to do is I want to break the seal. I just don't want to pull it out of your head. I like to break a little seal around it, and that'll just help facilitate it lifting out without causing any discomfort. So I like to take 2 fingers and work it back and forth and let it come out naturally, just with a little bit of pulling tension. There you are. Wow, that looks pretty good. And then I want to look in your ear one more time with the camera. All right, Christy. Now, I have the camera ready again. What I need to do now is just look in your ear, make sure I didn't leave any material in your ear, make sure that the ear is not bleeding. Like if I were to take out a piece of hair, that the follicle would come out with it, and that could actually cause a little tiny dot of red blood there. But here, this is crystal clear. So I feel very safe in saying to you this impression was 100% successful, and I don't believe I caused you any discomfort whatsoever.